Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're journeying back in time, deep into the heart of the Altai Mountains in Mongolia. Imagine a landscape of vast, windswept steppes where ancient secrets lie buried just beneath the surface. For years, archaeologists have been drawn to this region, a crossroads of ancient cultures. But recently, a team of Polish and Mongolian researchers made a discovery that has sent shockwaves through the world of archaeology. They've uncovered a 2,300-year-old Scythian tomb, perfectly preserved by the frozen earth, and what they found inside is nothing short of breathtaking. This isn't just another old burial site, it's a pristine time capsule, offering an unprecedented glimpse into the lives of the legendary Scythian warriors, who once dominated the Eurasian steppes. The story begins in the Ulan Koshu burial mounds, a place known to local communities, but largely untouched by modern science. Led by Dr. Łukasz Oleszak from Jagiellonian University in Krakow, the team was investigating a series of large mounds called kurgans. These aren't just simple hills, they are elaborate burial structures, monuments built to honor the elite of Scythian society. The Scythians, a nomadic people, renowned for their exceptional horsemanship and fierce fighting skills, flourished from about the 9th to the 2nd century BC. They left no written records of their own, so everything we know about them comes from the accounts of others, like the ancient Greek historian Herodotus, and from the archaeological treasures they left behind. The team focused on a particular kurgan that had, unfortunately, been partially looted in antiquity. Grave robbers had dug a small shaft into the center, likely searching for gold and other valuables. You can imagine the archaeologists' initial disappointment. But here's where the story takes an incredible turn. The robbers, it seems, were in a hurry. They only plundered the central part of the main burial chamber, leaving the rest of the tomb and its most revealing secrets completely undisturbed. Even more remarkably, the tomb is located in a region of permafrost. The eternally frozen ground acted like a natural deep freeze, preserving organic materials that would have rotted away anywhere else in the world. This combination of a partial robbery and natural refrigeration created the perfect conditions for a truly spectacular find. As the team carefully excavated around the robber shaft, they realized the tomb was far larger and more complex than they had anticipated. The main burial chamber was a massive wooden structure built from thick larch logs. Inside, they found the remains of a Scythian nobleman laid to rest with an array of grave goods that signaled his high status. Although the central area was disturbed, items were still scattered around. But the real treasure wasn't gold. It was the story the tomb was waiting to tell. The nobleman wasn't buried alone. He was accompanied into the afterlife by a sacrificed young woman, perhaps a wife, concubine, or servant. A common but somber practice in Scythian culture meant to ensure the deceased had companionship and service in the next world. The most astonishing discovery, however, lay just outside the main chamber. The archaeologists found the complete, intact burials of 13 horses. Yes, 13. These weren't just any horses. They were the nobleman's prized steeds, sacrificed to serve their master in the afterlife. The sight was incredible. The horses were arranged in a neat row, still adorned with their elaborate riding gear. The level of preservation was mind-blowing. The saddles, bridles, and harnesses were almost perfectly intact after more than 2 millennia. The saddles themselves are a major discovery. Made of wood, leather, and felt, they were decorated with intricate patterns and even featured golden plaques. One saddle was covered entirely in a decorative sheet of gold foil, a testament to the immense wealth and importance of its owner. Let's talk about that saddle for a moment. It's a work of art. The craftsmanship is exquisite, showing detailed carvings and patterns that speak volumes about Scythian artistry. But it's also a crucial piece of technology. The Scythians are often credited with developing the first true saddles with a rigid frame. This innovation would have given their riders incredible stability, allowing them to stand in the stirrups and fire arrows with deadly accuracy while on the move. Finding such a well-preserved early example gives us a direct look at the technology that made the Scythians such a formidable military force. The harnesses were equally impressive, decorated with bronze and gold, and featuring stylized carvings of mythical creatures like griffins, a classic motif in Scythian art. Showing influences from the ancient Near East, the permafrost didn't just preserve the horse tack. It also preserved the horses themselves. Their hides, their manes, Even the contents of their stomachs could potentially be analyzed. This offers a wealth of information about the types of horses the Scythians bred, their diet, and how they cared for these essential animals. For a nomadic culture whose entire existence revolved around the horse, these details are invaluable. It's one thing to read about Scythian horsemanship in ancient texts. It's another thing entirely to see the actual equipment still on the horses, exactly as it was placed 2,300 years ago. But the wonders didn't stop with the horses. Back in the main chamber, among the items the ancient looters missed, were objects that tell us about the daily life and beliefs of this Scythian noble. They found a bronze mirror, a symbol of status, and possibly an object with ritual significance. There was a wooden box, its purpose still a mystery, and fragments of square leather flasks. Perhaps the most personal and poignant find was a decorated sheave, which is a type of pulley block, possibly part of a larger object or piece of furniture. Next to the sacrificed woman, archaeologists found a full quiver of arrows, an iron knife, and a golden pectoral ornament, a type of decorative chest plate. These items suggest she may have been more than just a servant. Perhaps she was a warrior or a woman of significant standing in her own right. What makes this tomb so significant is its location. It's one of the westernmost Scythian elite burials ever found in Mongolia, pushing the known boundaries of their cultural influence. The style of the artifacts shows a fascinating blend of local Altai traditions and influences from the broader Scythian world, which stretched all the way to the Black Sea. It confirms that the Altai Mountains were not an isolated backwater, but a vibrant part of a massive interconnected network of nomadic cultures that shared technologies, artistic styles, and belief systems across thousands of miles. The griffins on the horse harnesses, for example, are a classic Scythian animal-style motif that you can find on artifacts from Ukraine to Siberia. This tomb provides a crucial new data point for understanding how these ideas and styles traveled and evolved. The excavation process itself is a race against time. As soon as the tomb is exposed to air and sunlight, the permafrost begins to melt. The delicate organic artifacts, like the leather saddles and wooden objects, are incredibly vulnerable. They can degrade and fall apart within hours if not handled correctly. The archaeological team has to work with extreme care and speed, using specialized conservation techniques right there in the field. Each artifact is carefully documented, photographed, and then immediately taken to a field laboratory for stabilization. The leather needs to be kept moist, the wood needs to be treated to prevent it from cracking, and the metals need to be protected from corrosion. It's a high-stakes operation where science, art, and logistics all have to come together perfectly. So what happens next? The artifacts have been transported to a specialized lab in Mongolia for further analysis and conservation. Scientists will study the DNA from the human and horse remains, which could reveal information about their origins, diet, and health. The pollen and plant remains found in the tomb might tell us about the environment of the Altai Mountains 2,300 years ago and what season the burial took place. Radiocarbon dating will provide a more precise age for the tomb. Every single piece, from the golden plaques to the tiniest fragment of felt, will be scrutinized for clues. This is a long-term project, and the discoveries will continue to unfold for years to come. This tomb is a gateway to a lost world. It allows us to connect with these ancient people on a human level. We can picture the funeral procession, the solemn sacrifice of the horses, the careful placement of each object meant to accompany the nobleman on his final journey. It paints a vivid picture of a society that was tough and warlike, but also possessed a deep appreciation for beauty, craftsmanship, and a rich spiritual life. These weren't just barbarians, as some ancient writers portrayed them. They were a sophisticated and powerful people who shaped the course of history in Central Asia. And thanks to the incredible work of these archaeologists and the miraculous preservation of the permafrost, we can now see them more clearly than ever before. It's a humbling reminder that the ground beneath our feet is a library of human history with countless stories still waiting to be read. Thanks so much for joining me on this incredible journey back in time. Discoveries like this are what make history so exciting. What do you think is the most amazing part of this find? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more adventures into the past. We'll see you in the next one.